BTS news today. The small steps on stage that night might have seemed ordinary, but the pounding music and the screams of thousands in the arena turned every single movement into something impossible to miss. As the spotlight shifted from red to purple, from blue to gold, there was one moment that seemed to freeze the entire room, even reaching through the screens of fans watching from their homes. It wasn't just a dance move that had been prepared, nor was it a lyric everyone was waiting for. It was the very second when Jungkook and Jimin stood so close, staring at each other, as if the entire world conspired to slow down time. The scene began simply, during the emotional bridge of the song. Jimin, breathing heavily from the choreography, turned to Jungkook. His eyes, shimmering under the stage lights, locked onto Jungkook's equally intense gaze. Their bodies moved with the music's flow, their hands almost brushing, and when their faces were only centimeters apart, the deafening screams of ARMY pierced the chaos of the concert. Fans in the front row even dropped their light sticks, unable to believe what they had just witnessed. The giant stage camera caught the moment, projecting it onto the massive screen, and instantly, social media exploded. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Weverse filled with clips within minutes. Hashtags like #Jungkook and #AlmostKiss hit global trending in under 10 minutes. ARMYs worldwide shared nearly identical reactions: shock, excitement, and confusion. Some typed in all caps as if screaming, others posted nothing but crying and heart emojis. Major fan accounts wrote, "Did we just witness this live?" What made the moment even more intense was that Jungkook and Jimin didn't seem surprised or attempt to pull away. Instead, they both gave faint smiles, as if fully aware that what had just happened would forever be etched in fans' memories. Those smiles weren't ordinary. They felt like a secret message only they could understand, something words couldn't capture, yet powerful enough to leave thousands questioning. Online forums flooded with theories. Some fans insisted it was just part of the choreography, deliberately crafted to shake the stage. Others swore there was something personal behind it. They pointed out how Jungkook seemed to hold his breath right before leaning in, or how Jimin closed his eyes for a split second, as if expecting more than just stage play. Analyses spread rapidly, with fans slowing the clip to 0.25x speed to scrutinize every detail. Even BTS members' reactions fueled the fire. Cameras caught Taeyoon covering his mouth in disbelief while laughing, Namjoon shaking his head like saying, "What are you two doing?" Suga simply smiled faintly, though his sharp gaze hinted at unspoken thoughts. Hoseok, however, was the most expressive, laughing loudly, nearly jumping around the stage. These reactions transformed the concert into more than just a performance. It became a legendary moment in K-pop history. International fans wasted no time writing long threads. An ARMY from Brazil admitted she could hardly breathe watching the moment. From Japan, one fan poetically wrote that the world felt like it had stopped spinning. In the US, another boldly declared, "This isn't fan service. This is real." Meanwhile, some tried to stay rational, reminding others that BTS always aimed to make their stages unforgettable, and this was just one way of doing so. But as with any major fandom, debates weren't simple. That night, ARMY split into two camps: those who believed it was just stage performance, and those convinced it meant something deeper between Jungkook and Jimin. Things escalated when a fan site released footage from another angle. In that video, after the near kiss, Jungkook was seen lowering his head with a small smile toward Jimin, while Jimin gently touched Jungkook's chest as if calming his racing heartbeat. Fans became even more convinced this wasn't coincidence. The clip spread like wildfire, and once again, global trends were dominated by speculation. Korean entertainment media quickly jumped on the story. Headlines read, "The almost kiss that shook the world." Some outlets reported neutrally, sticking to facts, while others added drama, calling it one of the boldest interactions BTS had ever shown on stage. HYB gave no official comment, which only fueled wilder fan imagination. And so, the biggest question lingered: would Jungkook and Jimin address the moment later? Fans wondered how it might unfold if one of them mentioned it on Weverse Live. Would they laugh it off shyly, or avoid the topic altogether? This anticipation kept ARMYs glued to their screens, refreshing for updates, posts, or live streams that might hold answers. Within hours of the concert's end, fans began writing flash fanfictions. They imagined the near kiss as not an ending, but a beginning of something greater. Digital fan art flooded online spaces, portraying the scene in countless styles: romantic, dramatic, even hyper-realistic pieces that looked like photographs. The buzz stretched beyond ARMY. Casual viewers and non-fans, drawn by viral clips, joined the conversation. YouTube overflowed with reaction videos. Some people screamed in disbelief, others laughed, and many remarked that Jungkook and Jimin's chemistry had been evident for years. That night, the BTS concert became more than a global tour stop. It transformed into a worldwide phenomenon, thanks to one fleeting, perhaps unplanned, or maybe perfectly calculated moment. No one could say for sure, but one thing was clear. History had been written, and ARMY would be talking about it for years to come. But as the concert ended and the arena dimmed, fans lingered in their seats, unwilling to leave. Outside, the night air mixed with the sound of thousands replaying videos on their phones. Each clip captured different details: Jungkook's smile, Jimin's gaze, their almost touching hands. Together, they built a storm of content that nearly broke social media servers. Backstage, however, the atmosphere was different. BTS sat in their waiting room, sweat still dripping, stage outfits still on. Jungkook sat quietly, head lowered, clutching a water bottle. Jimin chuckled, covering his face with a towel. Taeyong raised his eyebrows, teasing, "Do you realize what just happened?" Jungkook exhaled but didn't answer, a faint smirk tugging at his lips. Jimin playfully replied, "It was part of the stage, right?" But his eyes held something deeper when they met Jungkook's. Namjoon, as leader, sighed. "ARMY will be talking about this for days. We don't even need to release teasers anymore. This alone is enough to shake the world." Hoseok, still buzzing with energy, exclaimed, "That was legendary. I think we just created one of the most iconic moments in K-pop history." Suga, usually reserved, cut in with a brief but weighty comment. "You two better be ready for the consequences. The world won't stay quiet after this." His words silenced the room, a reminder of the storm already building outside. Meanwhile, global media outlets moved quickly. Photos of the almost kiss headlined international sites. Billboard ran with "the moment that stopped ARMY's hearts," Jungkook and Jimin on stage. In Japan, a top music magazine splashed, "Jungkook, reality or stage art?" Even European media showcased the viral clip as their main entertainment story. The phenomenon snowballed. TV shows scrambled to schedule special segments about it. Music commentators, K-pop experts, even cultural psychologists were invited to share takes. Some called it brilliant stage strategy, others labeled it pure artistic expression, and a few dared to speculate Jungkook and Jimin were leaving hidden codes for fans. The most shocking came when a Korean talk show invited a body language analyst. They replayed the clip again and again, dissecting every glance, every breath, every subtle movement, offering interpretations that only stoked the fire further.